I can't sleep at night. I toss and turn, listening for the telephone. Hey, rebels. Okay, so you have somebody losing their mind. They do not seem to understand when they're woke, when they sleep. I'm also hearing Drew Hill. Somebody sleeping in my bed, messing with my head. Now, whether this person works night shift, whether they work during the day, whether they ain't got a job at all, whether they got a place to rest their head, or whether they ain't got a place to rest their head at all. And if it's theirs, if it's not theirs, confirmation. Spirited wanting you to know that you are so on somebody's mind, like it's like you're crawling beneath their skin. What a yucky place to be. Spirit would like for you to know that when they try to sleep, if they are even able to sleep, they keep on popping up because they feel your energy around them. They think that they're hearing the phone ring in anticipation of you being the one to reach out. Not just that, but with the Drew Hill song, somebody sleeping in my bed, messing with my head, taking my place. They are so cowardly paranoid about what you're doing with your time. And the reason why, so many verifications, so many confirmations coming through with this read, okay? They are also popping up because while they're asleep, they wake up and they realize that you are not there. They think that they feel you, but honey, it's all in their head. All right. I had to change this extension cord for this one light over here, the one that go out that we, say it's like confirmation and shit. And there was a short in that extension cord, but not just that. Like this energy has been lingering around me for hours, honey. But I had a show that I need to get to that I'm not willing to watch on stream. Talk about that some other time. But came back and realized that due to me sitting down about to get ready to put this work in for y'all and so I can get y'all message out to y'all, there was distractions on top of distractions on top of distractions. So do understand there is going to come a point in time where you're really proud of yourself, where you're really invested in something or someone or just yourself, and this motherfucker is going to try to creep their ass back in. It's going to start being signs hopping up, saying their name, maybe even saying their birthday. Maybe you see the last four digits of their phone number or some shit that's going to start coming to present itself to you as a distraction. Spirit said, do your best as you know it is your free will to ignore it and not give a fuck. And if this person decides they want to do some pop-up shit on you, honey, be ready to protect yourself because ain't no telling what type of ignorance they are going to come at you with, since that, they're giving themselves a chance to be vulnerable with you and claim to be honest with you, but they still cannot handle rejection respectfully of you having the right to free will. All right, so we have some cards back here. They're rather very exposing cards. Let me tell you, I'm seeing the backside of a man and I can see, what lies in between, from the front. So that's how exposing. Yeah, go ahead, try to attack my throat all you want to. We can go get this message out. That is how exposing these cards back here are. But we're gonna get into that. But so this message is ultimately about a perceived commitment. Okay. Let's see what spirit wants you to know. Child. Okay. So opposition. Yep. Trust it. Spirit said trust. Okay. Shut up. Said shut up and just pull the card. Bliss. Healing. Interesting. Yeah, it seems nice, but it's really not. And there go commitment again. Don't they want to remind you love? They really do. Faith. Okay. All right. We're going to do 2 rows. Okay, now let's go ahead and go. I'll be right back. I'm about to do the next row. I just want you to sit with this and think to yourself, what does this mean for you? With opposition right there in the middle. All right, and we are back. So as you see, we have the layout here. We also have the third wheels down here at the bottom row. So here with opposition in the dead foot middle of it and all the noise and ruckus that just decided that it wanted to start as soon as I press record, honey, they are truly a distraction to your peace. Spirit is saying that you are to continue to protect yourself and understand that however this ended, there's no need for closure for you. There's no need to have an understanding for you. What's understood, you already know. It need not be said. All right. So protect yourself. Continue to heal and trust that this fool right here is an opposition. And yes, they do see themselves as the priest, okay? They do see themselves as a know-it-all. They feel as if they are capable of protecting, okay, predicting whatever it is that you are going to do next. But I feel this energy of you threw a curveball because they did not see you being as healed as you are displaying that you are. But for them, they don't understand that that's exactly what it is. They do not understand that you are showing them that you are healed. They think that you're playing some type of game with them, and they actually feel that you are the one projecting that they can't sleep at night and all that energy of you being around and them thinking that you're there and everything. But they don't realize that it's their conscious, not necessarily saying that it's a guilty conscious. It's just their conscious of the bullshit that they perceive things to be. Like their self is telling them, I'm hearing it by Mac, their conscious is telling them that they lied to themselves. Damn. Their conscience is literally telling them. Now, can you imagine that? That your conscience talks to you and tell you that you lied to yourself, that you saying you ain't afraid of no ghosts, but you're afraid of the ghost of lies that you created for yourself. Now, Rebels, I know we all been there in one way or another, but what this person is going through is some he hell type of stuff. Like the devil is even laughing at their ass. Like the devil told them, like, I told your ass not to go over there and fuck with them. You knew they was too good for you. You said to yourself that they were too good to be true. And yes, the rebel was definitely too good to be true. Too good to be true enough for you. Too good to be a reality to you. So why the fuck did you go over there? Okay, whatever. The devil ain't even trying to dip his toe up in this shit. The devil was standing the fuck up out of this, and this person is up in a hell of their own. Okay, so the Spirit is saying, continue to be in your bliss. Notice that it does not say ignorance is bliss. No, Spirit is saying, continue to be in your bliss, okay? And the devil saying that, you know what, you can have this one. The devil don't even want to claim they ass, okay? The Spirit is saying, continue to commit to yourself and continue to walk in your faith, okay? Walk in faith, not by sight. You do not need to see what this person is going through because it's like, I pity the fool type of energy. I'm seeing the A team. Honey, Mr. T, Mr. Clean, all that. Okay, Spirit said continue to walk with your faith, continue to be guided by your faith. But do understand that if you take your ass back over there up in that kid's yard and get to playing with them again, you gonna get stuck up in their mud. Up in their mud and up in their murk. Okay. There's a demise. There's a demise happening, and they are trying their best to get up out this fugaziness that they're in and put on a show for everybody else that they cool, they straight. You didn't do nothing to them. You ain't phased them none. Yeah, right. Because here, right here on the next one, and remember this. I'm sorry. Right here, you have endings, and then you have evil eye over here surrounding this read. Okay, evil eye and endings. Okay, so when it comes down to this person, nah, this shit is dead. It's as dead as a nail in the wall. Anyway, so this person really thought that this was their interpretation of love. They don't even know what love is. But you came along and you gave them real love. You gave them genuine, authentic character of yourself, even knowing that they weren't up to par to what you were aligned with. And Spirit said, yeah, that was a fault of yours. This is why you're feeling projections coming your way and tugs on your energy as if you're supposed to be interested in what the fuck is going on with this person. But this person is so cowardly that they are projecting what they're dealing with their wanting to hear their phone ring and letting it be you, with them waking up in the middle of the night or in the middle of their nap time thinking that you're right there, hoping that you're right there, hoping that, it was just all, that it was all a dream. Okay, they used to read Word Up magazine. And they used to dream about being, on a level like those people in those old school magazines. And Spirit said, no, they should have been looking at Source. Okay, they should have been really looking to source to be able to source the information of the motherfucker. You were kind of giving them a favor of a fucking experience as if it was a one night stand of an event. And for some of you, it was a one night stand. Spirit said, "Don't do that shit no more because you and the power of what the hell you have. Honey, you have done this much work with yourself to heal yourself and recover yourself from all your trauma. Do you know like the shit that you get?" And the passion that you put in the experience of can be a problem to turn somebody into a stalker. So you got away rather clean from this one. Don't do that shit again. Hold that shit. Keep it to yourself. Put it into a project. But don't share that shit. And look, if you need some fucking hyping, somebody to hype you up, motherfucker, go look in the mirror and, jot down some shit. Go do some other stuff. But do not share that aura that you get when you're doing the thing, okay? Because those tricks that you be doing, honey, and even if you just gave them the most basic, you see what I mean? The most basics. Even if it was just a little bit of missionary. Honey, the way you breathe, the look in your eyes, and everything else. It's too much. It was too much. So imagine if you would have went even further and really gave them all the spectaculars that you was capable of. Child, anyway, so it says enamored and what's that? Emotional pain. All right? With sweetheart. Sweetheart, you... Mm-hmm. Somebody almost got into a car accident right down the corner. I already heard it. You didn't mean to make this happen. You didn't mean for them to feel how they're feeling, but Spirit say you have to know you and do not weaponize this sweetheart energy that you have of yourself against anybody, even if you didn't know it before now. Okay? The Spirit say be true, continue to be truthful and as honest as you have been being. Dial it back in several places, but the thing about it is that your honesty is a challenge for those who reek of deceptive energy. So even with you being honest and you feel like someone is supposed to appreciate that, no, these type of motherfuckers, they be like, oh, okay, so you think you about that. Okay, so you think that you're about that. Nah, well, let me show you. And little do they know they be fucking themselves up because they should have believed you and they should have heard, they should have seen that you really about that life. Even if they didn't believe you, they should have trusted you and be like, you know what, that's too much for me. And they should have left you to fuck alone. But now they fucked around and they found out now. So with the priest here, and you knew more than what the fuck they actually believed you to know about yourself. Your self-awareness is what the old word is on fleet. Your self-awareness is lit. Okay, your self-awareness is all that and everything. And the fact of the matter is whenever, if ever, this cowardly person with their cross-eyed ass, because I'm just not realizing this motherfucker, she's so cross-eyed in the way that she looked. They looking over that way, but they feel this type of way, hun. With their cross-eyed ass, if they ever came back in the presence of you, they gonna think that you are really trying to poke your chest out at them because they still don't believe you for the shit that you already showed them. They still don't believe you for the shit that you've already said to them, showed to them, that you told them, that they're still in fucking disbelief as they are trying to project in my voice right now. But fuck that, let's run it back. Anyway. So here with Surprise and Twin Flame. Surprise, it was a love spell. Love potion number 9. It was it surprised the fuck out of them. Like, when I get this energy of when this whole shit ended, you went about and you was like, all right, okay, well, that happened, and you proceeded on about your life as if ain't nothing halted or stopped up in your way. You've even reflected on the situation like, oh, that was some dumb shit of me to do. So why we do that? Oh, that was interesting. That was fun. That was entertaining. But so why the fuck did we do that? Okay, well, that was your one, what is it, Willy Wonka ticket for the year. And now it's time to get back to business. Okay. Yeah, you've been really committed to this twin flame journey of knocking this shit up out the park and getting it up out the way and just getting rid of all that bright-eyed ignorance energy of, oh, ignorance is bliss. I didn't know. You've really been doing a hell of a good job with that. I'm looking now at the achievement card. Your faith has definitely done you a lot of fucking favors and your faith is aligning in a way that it doesn't have to do you favors anymore because it's in you. You have become so skilled, but Spirit is saying, you know what, we want to talk about what happened behind the scenes. So, what was the intentions for Spirit? Look, did you hear my voice? What was the intentions for Spirit to have for you during this venture? Now, as I told you, behind the scenes, these are rather explicit cards. So on this side, back here, we have what Spirit intended for them. On this side, well, I'm sorry, intended for the both of you, but they didn't make it. But then on this side, we have what they're dreaming about, what's in their nightmares, and what they, boldly think that they're thinking in reality. But Spirit is telling me as well, over here on this side is what Spirit is hunting them with in their dreams. Like emerges from over here and then it comes right back around every time right before they open their eyes. This vision of what's supposed to happen, Spirit is haunting the fuck out of them. So Spirit says start over here. So in their dreams in their dreams, which they need to understand is actually, leave my throat alone, is actually a nightmare for them. They want to have you bonded. They want to have you bonded from the back as if you are handcuffed, but with that, what is it, what, it's not SMR, it's that bond torture stuff, whatever, somebody put it up in the comments for me, like that freaky stuff where people tie you and they blindfold you. Because here in the image of this Two of Swords, this woman is tied with a rope around her body, two swords in the back, almost if she want to cut herself loose. But that's, honey, and she's blindfolded, but it doesn't look as if she's trying to cut herself loose. They want you to have made the decision to allow them to control you, for you to be submissive, knowing and realizing that you could have protected yourself and freed yourself from it, but they wanted you to just lock yourself in with them and be a willing participant of all the bullshit. So then next we have this Knight of Swords. In this Knight of Swords, you have the horse standing behind a woman and choking her from behind. And once again, she's blindfolded again. They wanted you to forget how quickly and how swiftly they came in, but they wanted to change the lifestyle that they liked of you, that pulled them towards you in the first place, that made them interested in you, and they really wanted to make you like a accessible freak-a-leak for them. And Spirit, calm it down just a bit for me, honey. Just a bit. They really felt that they could have you up in this chokehold and make you feel things from your gut, from behind, and just this is what they are dreaming about you, right? And then with this King of Pentacles, honey, they felt that you were a very wise investment. But with the image that is happening is this King of Swords. Let's say that his knees have the bulls on them, all right, and that those bulls are being used to hold him up while this lady is on her back, and him entering her with her upside down. But it also looks as if this woman is being immersed with his body. So they, in their dreams, they're picturing themselves becoming completely one with you, not in a penetrating sense, but as if your body is being sucked in by their body, like some type of fucking horror movie. But even furthermore, disgraceful as this person is, we have the Seven of Swords back here. They wanted to steal everything that they possibly could of you, that created your identity to be your identity. They wanted to see you as a representation of them, not a representation of yourself. They wanted whatever narrative they decided to spin about you for it to be created true based upon how they beat you down behind closed doors, how they beat down your confidence, how they fucked up your shit, how they made you codependent on them. And I heard somebody with the fuck that shit, that wasn't gonna happen. But the overall energy of this side and this side is the Three of Pentacles. I mean the Three of Coins. Now, this man has this woman flat on her stomach, face down, while she looks to have like a blueprint in her hand. And she's still working as he's handling business, as he's actually handling business behind the scenes. She's handling, like the paperwork and stuff and sorts. So with 3 of coins, shit, Spirit is saying y'all was supposed to work together. Y'all was supposed to work together. But due to how they wanted to work with you, Spirit said they couldn't have that for you. So now on this side, what Spirit wanted to have for them is we have the Lovers, we have the Life card, we have 3 of Wands, and the 9 of Wands. Spirit really wanted you to be able to come in and teach this person about the ways of life. Spirit really wanted you to be able to have the space in the room to be able to teach this person different from what has been causing them to put themselves in jeopardy, what has been causing them to live in all the unfortunate pains of their finances, of their spiritual beliefs, of their beliefs of reality. Spirit brought you in for you to be able to teach this person that there was more in life to be had. Now, this was their chance. This was their shot. And we can understand, even now that you know who this person is, we can understand why they would have felt that they weren't worthy, that you had to be like all the other bitches out there. You just had to be. You just had to be. It was impossible that for them in their mind, it was impossible that, the world, that the universe, that God, whoever they believe in, due to their temporary beliefs, would bless them with something so sacred and something so innocent that they can actually put their trust in. But you, as we know, rebels, that's how Spirit works. Life is hell. And then one day you just find this fortune right in front of you, but it's like it looks kind of like everything else that you've been through, but there's something about it different. Now, their fault is that they did not get curious enough to hold back all that devilish shit. The devil said, leave them the fuck out of it. All this bullshit that they, are used to, and just be curious about it versus attacking you and, manipulating and coming up with a plan and bragging to their people about, yeah, I got a dumb one. And now they dumbass is fucking embarrassed. Spirit wanted you to be able to have the space to show them what real family values actually are, how you two can come together and work together. But in order for that to happen, this person needs to, because in the Lovers card, you have a woman on top of a man while he is nursing from her bosoms. Okay, you were supposed to nurture him. And then in the Life card, you have a woman, a man, and a baby. Right. And then in the 3 of Wands, you have, the 3 of Wands, but you also have a man with his cloak on, his whatever the hell you call it. And he, as we know 3 of Wands energy to be, he was supposed to be on a journey of waking up to what he could have traveled to and making the decision to take that travel. And then with the 9 of Wands, Spirit, it's a woman here planting each one of those wands. Right. So with the 9 of Wands and it being a woman, who Spirit wanted you to be able to, like I said, have the space to be able to teach this person and show them what self-resilience look like, and that all the things that they have lived prior to you and how that was, just mocked up for them to live in misery, and that there was a different way of life. Not saying that you were going to do all the work. You were going to show them a different way. But this person chose not to. They chose not to. So how are things going to move about? How are things going to move about from here? Let's see. Up and there go that 9 of Wands again. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Huh. Okay. I see it. All right. Okay. Oh, wow. How passionate. Oh, they said they're, oh, okay. All right. Let this, another one over here and another, oh, all right. Okay. And then we're going to do up in there. I thought the devil wanted to stay out of it. We're just going to put the Three of Cups right there. The Master of Disguise, the things that this person is about to be challenged with, they're going to be challenged with you for a while. Because they did a whole bunch of bragging about you. Honey, I'm going to tell it. And they was multitasking between how they felt about themselves, how others perceived them, and how they wanted you to perceive them, and also putting on a disguise of themselves for you because they wanted you to feel as if they were superior and as if, they could handle everything, not just what you had going on, but what they had going on right before they switched this flip, turned the fucking tables on you, okay? Yeah, see, and then that's the other thing about this. I feel that this person was definitely trying to impress you with words and trying to impress you with behaviors that they have never actually done, but they listened to you and they watched you and they paid attention to you for a while to understand what would catch your attention. So therefore, this is how this person was able to get in good with you. But I heard somebody say that they was doing charity, especially with this. So now they tricking ass. It's gonna have to, get to the place of building this shit by themselves. They are going to be by themselves, and they're going to have to look at themselves and their childhood wounds and all this other Stonehenge type of old-fashioned shit that the blocks that they put up in their way. Interesting. And that they're going to have to heal their own wounds, but Spirit said this is going to be a harsh healing for them because all they're doing is putting bandages on shit. That they're not acknowledging the source, that they're not acknowledging the rain. And once again, so this is why over here, Spirit said right before they wake up, after they had a freakily dream about you over here, Spirit shows them what they could have had with you if only they had took that chance with you, if only they would have took that risk. And it was a risk for them because you were something that they were not used to. You live a lifestyle, even if your lifestyle seems to be very simple in nature and it's not as flashy as the lifestyle that they're used to. It was what's in you and not what you look like. So Spirit, that's why they say be careful with me, be careful with how you treat people, because you never know who you are actually entertaining. So here with the Nine of Swords, so you went from the Spirit wanted to give them the Nine of Swords of your assistance, of what you have gained knowledge about. But now they are going to be in a Nine of Swords where they're going to continue to look over their shoulder at other people, not trusting their own intent or their own intuition, not trusting other people's intent, and not trusting other people's advice. All right. They're going to deal with a whole bunch of people that they are going to see is reflecting them, who's copying them, who's posing for them, who is putting up these facades for them. And they're going to have such a difficult time trusting themselves. And then it's being drawing me back over here to this pigeon. I was gonna say the P word, the other P word is drawing me over here to this pigeon. And it's a whole bunch of diseases going on, mental and some physical, depending on this person in their situation. They ain't got shit to do about you. But if you have shucky ducky quack quack with this person, Spirit said go make sure you do responsible towards yourself and go get yourself tested. And if you have already done that, awesome. If you haven't, Spirit said go get yourself tested, just so you can clear your conscience of any pop-ups and concerns. Okay. And if you need to go get a pee on a stick pregnancy test, go do that too. Baby, okay. So with the Knight of Wands, honey, yeah, they fiery energy. They are doing that old school fashion of, in order to get over somebody, you need to get under a new person. They are definitely in this fuck around and find out energy of, they just all willy-nilly just spreading it all over the place. And if they wanted, ooh, honey, I heard they like them wet, they like them thick, they like them juicy. Yeah. So they still going after what the hell something look like, versus actually getting to know what is beneath that person, and as far as not what it looked like underneath their clothes, but what their mind works look like. They're going after what's easy, what makes them feel accepted, and afterwards they are going to feel disgusted. So therefore they are having a lot of arguments, they are having a lot of conflict, they are feeling worse off about themselves now than when before they dealt with you, and they have nobody to point a finger at but themselves, although they are bringing in other people to help them, be a blame as well. So they playing a lot of blame game, and then having the ooh, having the Page of Cups. Yeah, you were a slippery fish for them, of course, but they are having their fun. At least they perceive that they're having fun. But because we have the King of Swords right here, um, the the place that they are focusing their mind at, and the fact that this sword is already down, they are indulging themselves in spaces and with people and with other obstacles that they gonna have to stand on. So they're not gonna easily be able to wash their hands of this stuff, or mm, it's bad. It's very bad. And with the cups being emotions, yeah, even if they felt like they had enough of all this shit that they're about to go through and that they're going through, they are still premature when it comes to their emotions, their emotional understanding, and how they regulate their thought process to be normal and regular, mature. It's very immature. uh, baby, it's like, oh, I'm looking at it, even where he's standing. It's like going to the beach and coming back home and realizing that you brought the beach home with you. All right, and that's what they are. Yeah, that's what life is about to entail for them. So though they go, let's say for instance, they go someplace, they see a hot biddy and they fucking around with her, and they feel like, oh well, that was a one night stand, I'm done with that. Nah, this bitch finna stalk the fuck out of them, and not just popping up, not just phone calls, but she's gonna have a whole bunch of shit that she winds up connecting and attaching herself with this person with, just for example, right? So then you had the devil, who we thought was gonna stay the fuck about this, but the devil said that they appreciate, your services. They thought that they was losing, a participant in the devil's bullshit. But the devil said obviously they need some more education. The devil is showing up as, like, what's her name, Miss Cremley from Matilda, like the principal that you never fucking want to have. Remember Matilda? And she made that boy eat that pie, although he enjoyed that boy passed, honey. He just all types of stuff. So he's like Miss Cremley. I think that's her damn name. And the devil saying, yeah, this motherfucker, they finna have a lot of fun, because they got some work to do. The community finna get in on their ass. They friends finna get in on their ass. They families finna get in on their ass. Society is finna fuck them up. All the fucking things and ways and forms and mechanisms and just the bullshit is, they say they gonna give them time to come up for water, but even when they come up for water, they gonna have sequels shitting up on the top of their head. Spirit, can we get a further message for the rebels? Rebels, did you get anything from this? Let's see. Did you get anything from this? Did you get anything from this? Did the rebels get anything from this? All right, we got, it says, free from judgment, free to love. Confirmation. So you are free from judgment of how you have to worry about this situation, or how you were implemented in and out of this situation. Thank your ancestors, thank your spirit team, thank the entities and deities that are looking out for your highest good and your educational purposes of you proceeding forward to be able to meet your higher self. It also says back here, bold vision. So continue to live out loud, continue to be big, just big. Okay. Here with the B up top, Spirit said, continue to plant those seeds that you need to plant. Honey, they are proud of you. All right. And then, I would put this on the screen, but I just realized she's rather butt naked and bold. So it says, against the grain. You definitely went against what, others thought that you would have done, because I guess this person was pretty, good at their tactics, and that your life is perceived as less than what they're used to. So they didn't feel like you had anybody who cared. Even if you ain't got nobody, motherfucker, you got you. So who the fuck gives a damn about having people? And it says listening for truth. All right, so you did that. You did that. You paid attention, even if you didn't move when those red flags and those stop signs popped up. You definitely learned. You paid attention, just in your ability to be able to reflect on why it is that shit just had to be the way that it is. So you got your closure. So then you have power of attraction, baby. That's another thing that you learn. You learned, like, sometimes you can attract some dumb shit, even though it look like some fun shit. So you need to be a bit more discerning about which way you want to go. And it says having sent. Yes, you realize that this was a necessary lesson, and this is probably somebody who you had around for a while. And I'm also seeing the eye of Ra and the eye of Horus, whichever one is which. I'm gonna have to practice that and learn which one is which. You see the spirals right here at the corner of the eyes. Spirit say you're gonna have to be more discerning in, like, what, not necessarily what's your intentions, but what's somebody else's intentions with you. And at the bottom it says she feels, she know, honey. So you felt it, you knew it. Why you didn't listen to it? Maybe you was like, okay, I can afford this a little bit. But yeah, so back to what we were saying as well. I have a feeling that this is somebody who you have had around for a while, and you finally gave them a chance. And for some of you, even another one. And now they gone. Now you ain't got to worry about it. Now you get to move the fuck on about your life. So let's go ahead and close out this read. And it says lion with control. So maybe you might have even been dealing with a Leo, or you had to tap into your Leo wherever the placement is within your natal chart. So it says lion with control. Now, like the lion, the animal, although I can understand they were lying with control. It says, if you have, sorry, got to get my eyes up out the light, can't read like that. Okay, it says, if you have moderate, aggressive, impulses, this is an invitation to control your temper. You are encouraged to explore how to express your needs or thoughts more openly and constructively to reduce the level of frustrations. Let's get you another one. And it says, instead of pushing yourself so hard, stop, breathe, and reevaluate. You are doing enough, even if it doesn't feel like it. Don't wear yourself out to the point of exhaustion. It is not worth it. Balance your time more wisely. So that whole feeling of impulsion that you feel, like, that solar plexus chakra getting to feeling all, horny and stuff like that. Spirit said, nah, make them wait longer. Make them wait longer. And yes, they would try harder, but it probably would play more beneficial for you to see what they look like once they're wear out, once they wear themselves out. Do they continue to stay around? And it's just not to trick them into being submissive towards you, but check their temper. Check your temper, even your temper of desire, right? But also don't, honey, pay attention to what the heck you do with your time. Is it worth your time? Are you using your time wisely? Are you not even are you seeing yourself capable of building with somebody? Because you're capable of building with whomever is willing to build with you, right? But do they have the capability of building with you? Do they have the capability of letting you not just do everything, but understanding that there needs to be a reciprocity and alternation of who takes the lead? All right, because we all know that we don't know everything, and obviously this fool didn't know what the fuck they got themselves into. So then you have 1414, light up. All right, it says focus on your needs, desires, and hobbies. Everything is more accessible with a light attitude. You will be blessed with new opportunities, a new friend, or a new addition to your family. Good vibes will speed up this process. So that is solely for you. That is not about you in companionship. That is having a constructive outlook about you. Excuse me. Confirmation. That is about having a constructive outlook in regards to you, your quality, the respect, the value of yourself. And just because someone shows that they respect you does not mean that they respect you. Just because somebody shows that they value does not mean that they value. Spirit said focus on you at this time. And then you have 0606 with commitment. It says applying honesty and light daily is a fast track to creating a peaceful and meaningful life. It's how you find solutions and comfort. Release worries and speaking your truth and expressing emotions regularly. Open up for the best is yet to come. Caution of who you trust. And if you have any doubt about whether you can trust somebody, you probably shouldn't trust them. You probably should only trust them for what their intentions are with you and not what your intentions are with them being cared for and respected. So rebels, I love and I adore you, but we are being told to take the top one from over here, and it says 6 of Cups. So reflect with yourself about what it is that this person actually was able to gain access of you with, because it's 3 of Cups on this side, 3 of Cups on this side. So there was division. Reflect on what this person was able to get out of you. Reflect on what you was able to get from this person. And leave that shit at that and go on and live your life. So rebels, as always, I love and I adore you. But you got to go live your life and make it do what it needs to do for you, babe. Go rebels.